Hi, I'm Tiffany Peterson, and this week I want to focus on helping you develop a positive attitude. There is nothing more influential to your success, your sales, your income, your business, your relationships, your health, than that of the attitude that you're carrying with you in life. I want you to consider this concept by Stephen Covey, where he says, we see the world as the way that we are, not the way that it necessarily is. Your attitude, in essence, is this concept of seeing through, say, a lens, right? So say you're wearing these sweet pair of shades. You're going to see life a little differently with the lens that you're seeing these through. Now consider, what if you were wearing shades that were zebra print or pink or orange or hot fuchsia? That would definitely color the way that you're seeing and playing life. So I just want you to become aware that the way you're seeing things is definitely shaping the life, the results, and the outcome that you're experiencing. One of my favorite quotes comes from Albert Einstein, where he says, the most important decision that we ever make as human beings is, do I live in a hostile universe or a friendly universe? In other words, is life working in your favor? Or is life working against you and out to get you? I know it sounds like such a simple thing, but it's monumental to the life and the results that you're creating. Now, here's the thing. It's a choice. Your attitude is a choice. It's a decision. It isn't something that you just were born with, like blue eyes or brown or green eyes. It's something that you have a choice to, that you get to shape and you get to influence. So I invite you to consider that. What is your chosen belief and chosen attitude? I know for myself, a few years ago, I made up my mind to believe, consciously, I made the choice to believe that life is always working for my highest good, my highest favor. Now, can I prove that? Absolutely not. However, what kind of results do you think I always keep creating if I choose to have the lens that life's always working out for me? Even when I go through the tough stuff, the heartbreak, the challenge, the mishap, something that doesn't work out, a disappointment, like the rest of you, all of those things I go through too. Yet because I choose to believe that life is working in my favor, I can always find the lesson, the nugget, the silver lining, or in my life, seeing how God's hand has been directing me. I love the scripture in Romans 8:28 that says, all things work together for your good, for those that love God. Now, however you hold the space for God, source, the universe, life, I don't care what title you use, but that higher power in your life of choosing to believe and to trust that it is working out for you favorably. Now, again, that's a choice and a decision. A couple of years ago, I went through a mentoring program with Jack Canfield. It was a powerful, very influential experience in my life. He's a dear friend and mentor. And he exposed me to one of the most powerful, profound life formulas I've ever read, listened to, or been taught. And it's simply this: E plus R equals O. I'll show it to you. Pretty simple. The E stands for event, the R stands for response, and O stands for outcome. Event plus response equals outcome. See, we all have a variety of different events all the time. There's small things to big things, right? Things that we perceive as positive, perceive as negative, things that we are ecstatic with joy over, and things that break our hearts. And a lot of life in between all of that. But you always have the power to choose how you respond, right? This is where the power center comes in for you, is right here. Is saying, okay, here's the event, here's my chosen response, now here's the outcome. Years ago, there was this Lexus dealership in Southern California, and they hit into some pretty challenging times, right, in terms of economics. What that challenging time economically provided for that sales team to do is to get creative, to dig deep. They started driving out their cars to country clubs and high-end hotels, and more people started driving their cars. Now, what happens when you drive a new car? Even if you have a nice car, when you drive that new car, you start to have that experience where you are now attached and wanting that. Their sales went up significantly, even more than what they'd done prior to the economic downturn. So what did that event create for them? They had to choose to respond. Now, could they sit around the coffee break room, right, and complain and whine about the challenges they were facing? Sure, and maybe they did at some point, but they ultimately got creative and innovative to dig deep to respond to the event they were up against to shape their outcome. This is true for you, for me, for every one of us on this planet. What I love about the studies that are coming forward in personal development and spiritual psychology is we're studying more and more about happiness, right? Sometimes you might be thinking the thought that once I'm successful, then I'll be happy. Where ironically, you've got to flip those, is what we find is people that are happy tend to create more and more success. So I invite you to become aware, a conscious decision today that says this: I choose to be happy. I choose to believe that life is working in my favor. I choose to show up with passion and life and enthusiasm. You have that choice. It's yours to make. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next break.